Hello, my name is Jalea Pettis, and I'm the owner and visionary of 3J Productions. This is my voice, my culture, and you're going to hear from the individuals that are working in the ins and outs of it every single day.
You're always creating. So whenever you're comfortable, you're complacent. And you're not supposed to be comfortable because you're not supposed to be complacent. No matter how far you go in the industry, for me, I'm kind of on my way out. I think I might be the oldest person in the room.
Is the education tied in with the mentorship? Because I feel like it's very important, but at the same time, how do you differentiate when that individual is maybe just trying to get you for information versus them wholeheartedly wanting to learn? So I want to start with Arlette, and then I want you to chime in.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this, and I'm the condensed, but you know I hate it. But
just let it out.
I do. I have a program called My Hair is Beautiful. If y'all haven't noticed it, it's a workshop and a program that helps and trains young girls and inspires them and empowers them to create jobs for themselves. We all know in the state of Arizona, you don't have to be licensed to be a natural hairstylist. So you could be, or a makeup artist for that matter, right? Okay, so that empowers us as artists to be able to help young girls, because how many of them have sat on their stoops and braided hair or tried to apply makeup? As Frances was saying, she just went in her corner and she was like, you know. So I have extended myself to be a mentor, you know, and so it was very good. You know, yeah, my program, my workshop for the young girls is, but personally as a mentor, see, and my struggle is today's times, like this industry now, where everything is so fast-paced and microwaved, and everybody is generating by light and things like that. So, right. So my struggle with mentoring and or as an apprentice, I will extend to a hairstylist who wants to know, if you want me to teach you, I will train you and I will get you published. I mean, I go the whole nine because that's my area, that's my expertise. But if you want to pay me, then it's a class. So you learn a technique and then you move on. But if you want me to mentor you, then you have to trade your time. That's where I find that there's a difference, because the time trade makes them feel like they can sit for as many hours or days that they want and not complete the program, the training, or whatever, or they feel like they're doing me a favor when I've been in industry and celebrated, published videos. I mean, I've done a lot of things. Danielle found out some of the stuff that I do. I've done a lot of people's hair, you know, but I'm just saying I can help, but they're not trainable. So if you're going to be a mentee to whoever is mentoring you, you can't take the package like you want it. You have to take it as it's being given to you, because this is years of experience, right? And to the point of, I'm not giving anything away. No.
Can I respectfully interrupt you?
Yeah.
Because I'm not as hoorah as you are. I don't talk as much. Right. But from my experience, it's like, unfortunately, I haven't had that glimmering light. When I tell you, I literally opened my eyes one day and I was like, yep, today's the day. And so sometimes I'm not as respected, because it's like, when I tell you, I woke up every day, I was in the aisles of Walgreens hustling folks. I was in the aisles of Walmart. I was talking to people I didn't even know. Like, I was in somebody's inbox. I didn't have a car. I didn't have a good living situation. So there was personal life situations, but all I knew was, here's my goal. I don't know what the connect is, but I have to get there one way or another. And so a lot of times when I did reach out to my local people, I wasn't received well. So that's why maybe I'm a newfangled kid, but I receive social media really well because I can just, okay, well, how do you do this? Okay, well, who specializes in this? Now, how do I do it the right way to get it the next time? Okay, now I've built my little tiny clientele. Okay, I want to grow more than that. So up until Jalea, like I clung to Jalea like I was a newborn child. I was like, I need somebody, but I was just coasting. I was like, anybody who wants to give me information, I will receive it.
Okay,
but
so let me respectfully interrupt you, because what you're saying to me is that you were looking for it, but you didn't ask anyone.
I asked
So,
plenty.
okay, so even if you asked,
I asked you at one point.
No, you asked me to do a shoot with you.
Right, and
but you didn't ask me to mentor you. So this is what I'm talking. I'm talking from a mentoring standpoint.
So I guess my point is, if you don't know how, if you don't do better, you can't, like, what is it? If you don't know better,
you can't do better.
So I'm just out there.
Well, you're saved now. You got your life. You got your life.
But don't feel like you came from nothing. Don't feel like you were alone in your struggle. I was in beauty school with no support from my parents.
Right.
After going to college, no support, no car, no everything. So I feel your story. And I came from Tucson.
And
Tucson.
I had a mentee who had a bad experience, and she's owning her own salon now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that this is open to everyone, but as when I received my first mentee, she was willing to do everything, and I mean, come to my house, pick me up, take me, because I didn't drive. I just learned out my license like 7 months ago. And I've been here 11 years.
I was in the backseat on the way here.
You understand? I've been here 11 years. But this young girl, she drove me where I needed to go. If I wanted to go to the club, she drove me to the club, left me in the club, and when I called her, she came back. That's dedication. She was trainable. It didn't end well, but she learned what she needed to learn. And for the 3 years that she was with me, she was loyal. And that's one thing that I can say. But I'm not saying that this happens to everyone. I'm just saying, Francis, if you're looking for it, not just pertaining to you solely or individually, but anyone who hears this, if you're looking for it and you find someone to mentor you, then you have to be trainable. So whatever it is, because you're the apprentice, this is where you need to be. Just like you say, you claim to Jalea. Jalea is an excellent person to claim to.
And you took the extra step. And there are people that don't take that step.
Don't
I say, come meet me here, and they never show up.
They never show up.
Come meet me here, and they never show up.
Mentoring is a big responsibility, not for the mentee just, but for the mentor. Because I was mentoring a girl, and my own daughter was at home. I was with my mentee more than I was with my daughter, per se. You know?
So who here has had a mentor?
Because I call her my
Yes.
I mean, don't count.
Because it's like I was doing okay, but it was like when you met me, you were just like, you're okay. You got
Jalea gonna tell you the truth.
In my opinion, it wasn't because I wasn't trying hard enough. I just didn't know where to put the try.
Right.
So it's like, okay, I'm doing as best as I know how. Because
I'll give you a round of applause because you made it to somebody, no matter what your struggle was, because the struggle is what builds the character. So the struggle, your story that you're telling now about not knowing, but then actually finding Jalea, that's the story.
And that's
your background story. And now that you found someone, that makes you have someone in your corner. And she's gonna be in your corner.
I can't tell you how many times Jalea sent me a picture like, what is this?
Right.
But you can take that. But there are people that cannot take that criticism too.
And let me
so
tell you
that's a
something.
big part of that.
If she does it, don't take it as
I just
criticism.
giggle. I'm like, look, I tried. I didn't know what I was doing.
and try and say, okay, so like even with my work, I was telling Danielle, I criticize myself to the 100th power.
I think the best artists,
you know,
I think all of us
so
can do.
when you have that gut feeling like I'm not sure, that's good. That's a good
I
feeling.
think I'm on the opposite end because it's like me, I won't know how. I will say I do, and I'm just gonna jump.
Oh no, that's
Something
not
else
real.
to
Yeah, you
Something
fake it until you make it. How
What?
many? I've done special effects films. I did an explosion. I did an explosion a couple weeks for a film. I never did that before. And
so,
they were like, "Can you do that?" Oh yes, I can. And I went home and I figured
So
it out.
let me ask you what your process was. Did you go to sleep with it? Like, did you? Because when I can't do something,
yes.
I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm thinking about it. And
I'm in
praying,
the shower
and
thinking
I'm
about
praying.
it. I'm literally
Right.
online researching. You know,
Right.
You
And let me
fake
get
it
my
till you
2
make
cents.
it.
So
That's what I want to say because information is at your fingertips.
Right.
You can't always feel like you have to depend on somebody to
Right.
get you where you want to be.
Right.
Information is right there for you,
Yes.
and that's exactly what I did. I researched and researched and researched. I made phone calls, I bought books, I educated myself, doing different things for questions that I needed answers to per se because I wasn't really close to anybody here in the industry per se. So again, I wasn't going to sit there in a corner and be like, well, how do I figure this out? Information is right there at your fingertips, and you have to be that go-getter to go get whatever it is that you want to get, and to build your clientele, and to piggyback on, on what she was saying about just putting yourself out there and not sitting there. You have to learn how to brand yourself. You can't be that artist that says, well, you know what, I do this and I do that and I do this, because you can't wear that many hats. Like Miss Arlette said earlier, she stays in her lane. My brothers and I work together with Style Stalkers. Yes, I can style. I'm a stylist. I've been in the beauty industry most of my life. I have a degree in fashion merchandising. My minor's in advertising. I've modeled all my life professionally, not local. My experience spans from local to international. So when I say I stay in my lane, I stay in my lane. Yes, I know a lot of things, but you have to know how to brand yourself. I don't brand myself as somebody that does this great FX makeup and does a great Halloween because that's Danielle. She does a beautiful job. When she messaged me during October, and I was like, girl, I've already been forwarding you your information. I know what you're talking about. I don't have to tell you every time that I send somebody your way. But know that I am, because if I know somebody that does this, I'm going to send you there. And I don't go to YouTube and Instagram because that's not real life. That's not the things that are going to get you the commercial job that's paying good money, the TV gig, or working with the celebrities, because it's not real. It's not real. You see these big eyebrows that are bigger than the face.
And I've been on set, so they tell people to go home. Well, they have made other artists go home.
What on earth is happening here?
Okay, so another topic that has kind of been floating around that I feel like it's really important that we address is people being so into what they see on social media. Whether it's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Bring me this picture of this individual that is not in my bloodline or in my family, but I want you to make me look like them. So, Danielle, give us your take on that.
That is the story of my life. You think you want a smoky eye, but you don't really know what a smoky eye is on yourself. You think you want this Kim Kardashian contour, but you don't need all of that. That is not real life. I think what people forget is what they see on social media. That is not what we do every day. And honestly, every woman working retail I've met, working all the retail in my life, when you go into Sephora now, they look crazy. They look crazy. They got way too much makeup on. And I know from my experience, I got my clients from having a natural face, natural makeup, because they look at you and they say, oh, you know what you're doing, and you're not intimidating. Because makeup is scary. Beauty is scary for women that don't know it. If you were never taught from your mother never know, your friends didn't know. If you were a tomboy, I was a tomboy. I played basketball my whole life. I was like, picked up a brush, I finally got it. But I think people get hypnotized by what they see online. Just because it has 50,000 likes, just because it has so many shares. That's not what we do every day. Giving you harlot to the gods is not real life. That skinny nose contour, that's not real life. That's not what we see for you as a client. We look at you differently. And they see these things online, they see all that crazy makeup online, and I think that's what they want. But we need you to have trust in us.